What's going on, everybody? Josh Pocock here, and in today's video we are going to be looking at how you can configure Traefik with Coolify. All right, Traefik is the reverse proxy that is being used within Coolify. All right, we're going to break that down, kind of take a look under the hood, show you how to set this up. And it's already being used in Coolify, but you may be encountering some issues because, one, it's not as simple as things maybe like you may be used to, like Nginx Reverse Proxy Manager or other tools. So we're going to show you how you can actually configure it to work for your specific Coolify instance, as well as get SSL certificates signed for apps that aren't using Coolify. So if you just install it on your server, we're going to show you how to get those secure. This is a good one. You're not going to want to miss this. Let's dive right into it. Okay, so Coolify, we're going to get right into it. If you don't know Coolify, I've done videos on this channel, a couple, talking about Coolify, showing you how to install it. It's a self-hosted alternative to tools like Heroku, Netlify, and Vercel. So simply put, all you do is go to self-host right here, and link for this will be in the description, and you just copy and paste and run. Oh, it looks like I clicked on their Discord, but you simply just run that one SSH command right here and it installs. It's very, very simple. You don't need to know how to code or anything like that. It's just super, super simple, right? So once you install that, it's automatically coming out of box with Traefik. All right. Coolify under the hood is just kind of it's an open source project with a few different, other tools, but one of them is Traefik, right? So there also, too, I will say this, you can also configure Coolify with Caddy, and they are coming out with an Nginx very soon. But at the time being, Traefik's their main one that they've used. So that's why we're just going to talk about Traefik, and I'm going to show you how to use it, because most of you are probably using it if you just install Coolify, right? So, and it's also really good. So anyways, so we're going to look at Traefik. Now, the one thing about Traefik is, if you are maybe familiar with Nginx Proxy Manager right here, or other tools like this, so like I said, where you just use a GUI, or you just, connect over proxy hosts, and then you get the certificate signed with Let's Encrypt, and it's pretty straightforward, pretty easy, right? So Traefik, on the other hand, can seem a little bit daunting. It can seem a little bit more complex, and I mean, quite frankly, it is a little bit more complex if you're just used to that. But don't be scared, for one thing, and don't be freaked out. It's actually not too difficult once you kind of just put some time and like try to understand it. So yeah, because just to let you guys know, this is what I'm about to show you here is an issue. Like, I was trying to figure this out for the last couple of days, and now that I did, and I figured out the method and how it actually works, I was doing a lot of things wrong. I'm going to show you exactly some of the learning curve, or learn things I experienced, so you don't make those same mistakes, and you can just kind of get this going ASAP. You don't have to spend like 2-3 days troubleshooting. All right. So Traefik's, I'll leave the docs, of course, down below in the description, so you can look at these. I mean, you could read them if you want. I've read a bit, but I haven't read them all yet, because it's a lot. There's a lot of different stuff here. There's entry points, routers, middlewares, services, edge routers. You can read about all this, but and they try to explain it using these images and this little guy right here, their little mascot, kind of cool. But anyways, it's a little bit complex, or it can seem a little bit complex at the start, right? Now, Coolify also has some stuff as well on it, so I want to make that clear. I'll leave Coolify docs down below. You can check them out, and like if you just type in how to configure Traefik. Okay. Now, the cool thing about Coolify docs is it kind of has an AI thing into it as well. So you can search here and you'll see all the different Traefik articles come up. Introduction, proxy, Traefik load balancing, prerequisites, custom SSL certificates, wildcards, enable dashboard. Okay, so another thing I'm going to show you in this video is how to enable the dashboard, because by default it's not enabled. Well, it is enabled, but it's not set up fully in Coolify. You may be encountering some issues. You may be getting 404 errors. We're going to try to troubleshoot that and show you what to do. Okay, but yeah, if you just ask it this, just say ask AI, going to ask, and you can ask it any question, and it's not perfect, but you can see it's giving actually some, you know, some output here. So it's just pulling from the knowledge base, but you can see basically this is like the configuration file for, you know, Hetzner's, this API key. We're not going to be doing this, but you'll see, I'm just highlighting right here. This is kind of how Traefik works. It uses commands right here, and it also uses labels. All right, so I'm going to show you what labels you need to do for the specific stuff that we're talking about here, and what commands and everything. But you can see here, like certificate resolvers, let's encrypt, Acme, you know, HTTP challenge, DNS challenge, routers, entry points, HTTP, traffic routers, traffic middleware, auth file, etc. Right now that I've kind of given you the kind of a brief summary of like what some of the issues may be and what everything is, we talked about Nginx proxy manager, like, because guys, I was trying a few different things. I was thinking like, oh, can I set up Nginx proxy manager within Coolify? Also, guys, if you don't know, the reason why you run into issues is because like when you're when you're signing these certificates, you know, you need ports I think it's 443 and 80 to do this, the HTTP and HTTPS. So yeah, Coolify uses that because by default it's installing Traefik. So you pretty much either have to use one or the other, or you have to like do some, I didn't do this, so I don't know exactly. Maybe some of you guys have done this, but maybe like configure it to forward it. It just doesn't make sense in my opinion. It just makes a lot more sense to use Traefik, and quite frankly, it's probably more efficient and it's a lot better in my opinion. So anyways, so let's go into, so what did I do? How did I solve this? Well, I'll tell you exactly what I did. I took all the different, I took all of Traefik's Traefik's documents here, wherever, and I just went to Claude and I just made a project right here called Traefik and Coolify. And as you see in the project knowledge base, once it loads, I just uploaded all the Coolify docs on proxies, reverse proxies, etc. with Traefik. And then I uploaded all the Traefik docs that are relevant. FAQ, configuration, introduction, launch Traefik with Docker, etc. So if you wanted to do something like this, because maybe you'll have ongoing issues or things in the future that you want to solve, this is definitely very helpful for me, and it will probably be very helpful for you, because I was also using Perplexity and all these other ones, and I found to get the best results that solved it the quickest when I did it this way. I did get some other help, you know, with the other methods, but I just find when you give it like a specific project with all this data I got, and the two specific tools, that's when I got the best specific responses. Okay, so what you need to do is, if you go into your Coolify, you go into, and this is a new instance, by the way, you go to your servers. You don't want to go to your servers. You're going to go to your local host, or whatever server you were using, obviously, because Coolify can have multiple different servers. And then you're going to click on proxy. All right, so this is where you can make your configurations. All right, so you can do it in two places, really. You can do configure. So this is a configuration file for Traefik once it actually loads. Sometimes you got to like refresh it or something, so just give it some time here. Okay, well, it's gonna load, and it should load in a second, but okay, so the dynamic configuration is where we're going to basically add the code for your other app. So an app that you install, let's say Zep AI, let's say whatever app you install that's not managed by Coolify, that's on your server, we're gonna go to the dynamic configurations, we're gonna add a file, okay? And basically what it's gonna look like is this. So here is, I'll break this down. So I basically told the Claude Sonnet. So once I figured everything out, I basically just said, hey, give me exactly what we just did. but just templatize it. So I removed my like the websites and the apps I was using. I'm gonna leave this in the description so you guys can copy and paste it, or you can see what commands and labels I'm using, and you can either just copy that, paste that, whatever, or you know, if you want to add different stuff or do whatever, right? So first off is yeah, so SSH into your server, edit Traefik config files. So you could do it here, nano, data, Coolify, proxy, but it makes more sense to just do it in the GUI. And you're going to update the file. This is what it looks like. So a lot of it's similar to the original. Few things that are mainly different is as we get lower down here. So commands, HTTP, so certificate resolvers, let's encrypt, HTTP challenge, certificate resolver. So yeah, the labels is mainly what we're adding. So now this right here, this HTTP routers dashboard, this is where you're going to put your dashboard link. If you don't know what the Traefik dashboard, this is like what it's supposed to look like, right? Traefik. So you want, if you want to be able to see your Traefik dashboard, which is useful sometimes, that's what you're going to use that for. Okay. Now also too, one thing to keep in mind, this is like a kind of a mistake. Once you do get your Traefik dashboard, it's going to, you're going to go to a link that looks like this, I believe. Let me just double check. Oh no, sorry. It goes like, this is how the link to your dashboard. Okay. Traefik.com whatever your website is .com, and you're obviously pointing your DNS to your server. And then /dashboard, you gotta include / this hashtag or the number, whatever, and then /. Okay, so you gotta do it this way. You can't forget this. If you do it this, you're like this, you're gonna get a 404 error. So just keep that in mind. I was running into that issue, so don't forget to put that sign right there. Okay, so but in here you're not gonna put that. You're just going to put obviously your Traefik whatever or whatever your subdomain is. Okay, and then this is for the dashboard as well. Routers, service, api.internal, routers, dashboard, entry, Traefik, and HTTPS. And then routers, dashboard, TLS, cert resolver, let's encrypt. Traefik, routers, dashboard, middleware, auth. Okay, and then Traefik, service, dashboard, load balancer, port 880. Okay, middleware, auth, basic, auth, user. So this is right here, user, and this right here. You're going to generate a hashed password. I'll show you that in just a second. And that's what you're going to put here. And this is going to be like the login for your dashboard. HTTP routers, catch-all, equals, host, regex, host, etc. So all this is going to be in the description. So even if you don't know any of this or you don't want to understand any of it, I'm just kind of like going through to, you know, kind of show what's in here. You can literally just copy and paste it and you'll be good to go. Catch-all, HTTP entry endpoints, and then catch-all, middleware, redirect to HTTPS, and then Traefik middleware redirect to HTTPS, scheme HTTPS, and then configure ZEP service. So, okay, so this is like for this is if you're, this would be for any service that you're using, right? And this is what we're going to be adding into the dynamic location that I was just showing you in Coolify. So you go to dynamic configurations and you're going to make a file .yam. I mean, it doesn't really matter. And let's see. And this is what you're going to put in here. So HTTP outs, routers. Now, okay, a few things to note. This is important. So this is where your host, like your website will be, whatever you're pointing to. AI services. Okay, also another thing I forgot to mention is, okay, in this config file, so you'll see here I have Coolify, and this is supposed to be whatever network your your app is using. So say you install the app on your server. All right, say if you're using Docker, you can check, get the network name, and you're gonna put that network here. Okay. If you don't know how to get the network name, you just ask ChatGPT. I think it's I can't remember the top of my head. It's like Docker command, whatever. You can do Docker PS to see all your running containers, and then whatever container is, get the ID and get the network for it. Then you're gonna put the network name here, external true. Okay, so you would just change this out in the config file, that I'm giving you down below. All right, and I don't think there's anything. Oh yeah, and then you're gonna put network for here too. Under networks, you're gonna put the name of your that network here too. So, and you can do this obviously if you're for multiple apps as you add apps. So if I'm over here, you can just restart the proxy and you'll be good to go once you make those specific changes. Okay. So that pretty much sums up the config file. And then for, like I was saying, this is going in your dynamic configurations within Coolify. So when we're over here, dynamic configs, you add the file, you're good to go. And you're just going to change out the URL here, right? This is the URL with the port. You put the port here for service. This is the URL that we're using. So whatever URL you're using. Okay, service name right here. And same right here. So you obviously change that. And yeah, you're good to go. So either way, like if there's a few other things that needs to be customized with these two things I'm giving you, I would just put it in ChatGPT or Claude and say, hey, I'm installing it with this app. Here's my network. Here's my port. Here's whatever. Customize it. And it's just going to do it, right? Use AI to your advantage. Anyways, from that point on, you're going to restart Traefik, verify your app is accessible, and then accessing Traefik dashboard. You're going to want to generate a password. Okay, so yeah, you're going to want to generate your password for your Traefik dashboard. So the way you do this is HTTP or HTPass WD -ND MB admin secure, and then I believe you put this is where you would write your like secure password, like a bunch of letters or whatever, numbers and all that. You put that there. It's gonna hash the password and give it to you in that form I was showing you above, and that's what you're going to use in the config file here. Okay. And then you're going to open, that's not correct. You're going to open it right here. That's where you're going to access your dashboard. All right. Don't forget this number sign. And then, yeah, you can, that's really it, guys. It's actually that simple. Okay. One other thing I will mention is I did also do some stuff here in Portainer. If you don't have Portainer installed, I mean, it's an awesome app. I would definitely recommend it. So yeah, I did. Portainer is good because like I can add some labels here manually. I don't know because I did do this, but I'm pretty sure, like, I don't even think you have to do this, but if you are encountering any issues, here's the labels that are in my Portainer, right? They're pretty much the same labels I showed you. Actually, they are, but yeah, if you are encountering any issues, you can just add these labels here to the Portainer container. Look at, like, these are the same ones I put in the description down below, but if you need to pause this and do it as well. But yeah, I would try it without that to begin with. You should be good, but if you're encountering any issues, you can do something like that. And that's pretty much it, guys. Once you do that, you're gonna have your Traefik dashboard here, and whatever app that you were using, it's going to be signed with a SSL certificate. So that is it. That is the pretty much conclusion to a problem that took me like 3, 4, 5 days, embarrassingly, to figure out, right? But yeah, I'm just, being transparent with you guys, showing you what issue I was facing with Coolify. I really like Coolify. It's great. Open source, self-hosting your apps. I was just finding an issue, and this is something I did see other people in the Discord and the GitHub, you know, kind of having different issues, some not being able to access the dashboard, some you know, not being able to figure out like reverse proxies and having other apps on the servers and all that jazz. So and I frankly didn't see like, you know, still somewhat more of a niche area, so I didn't see any other videos specifically on this topic. I saw there's videos specifically on Traefik, Coolify, but both Coolify and Traefik, I don't know, I didn't really see too many. So hopefully you got some value of this. Hopefully this helps some of you guys. If it did, then drop a like, and I'd definitely appreciate a subscribe to the channel. If you're new here, we upload videos every single day on different tools like AI tools, self-hosting tools, how to grow your business, marketing, sales, a lot of value. I've got a lot of stuff planned for you guys. So yeah, we upload every single day, so stay tuned, and make sure to smash that subscribe button. Also too, guys, if you're new here and you haven't already joined our free Stride community, we're quickly growing. We got about 750, 800 members in our free Facebook group and Discord channel. So we got a lot of free value in there behind the scenes, and I'm going to be posting more and being more active in there and talking to you guys, so you can network with myself and other like-minded individuals, you know, AI enthusiasts, developers, entrepreneurs, marketers, coaches, consultants, you name it, they're in there. And yeah, it's great. So 100% free to stridecommunity.com. Also too, guys, if you haven't already checked out my book, Client Acquisition Code, this thing is extremely value packed. So if you run a business and you need clients and you want to leverage AI to do so, this is the book. Check it out. Link in the description. Very affordable and super value packed. I can guarantee that you'll love it. You'll get your money's worth for sure. Even probably a lot more. And other than that, guys, I will see you in tomorrow's video. If you have any questions or you encounter any issues, let me know in the comments down below. I'll do my best to try to help you. Keep hustling, keep grinding, and of course, guys, accelerate your stride. Take care.